Our next guest became the world's greatest pickup artist after he penetrated a secret society of men who share tips on getting any woman they choose. Yeah, right. And he's revealing all of the tricks of the trade right here today. So please welcome the author of the game, Neil Strauss. Neil, welcome to the
All right, thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
Now, I never even knew this existed, the secret society of pickup artists.
Notice the thumb display, which is a sign of self-confidence.
There are actual groups of guys that go all over the world. They get together, they trade tips on how to manipulate and maneuver into a woman's pants, okay?
So the presenter came out swinging here, and the first mistake Neil does is to flash a nervous laughter. Laughs are considered submissive, particularly if the other person isn't laughing yet. A big toothy smile is a bit like saying, "Look, I am no threat, I'm a good boy." To top it all off, Neil also laughs in a high-pitched tone, which is associated with subordinate behavior.
This is... wow.
Looking down is another obvious submissive signal, and the last time when you want to look down is exactly when someone is trying to boss you around.
Yeah, no, you didn't know.
Hit for the jugular, but I'll explain it.
Boom. Have you noticed what just happened here? Let's take a look. Look at her. She's smiling, but it's the kind of overconfident smile, as if she was saying, "Didn't see that coming, huh? Watch out for a roasting, buddy." And look at Neil's body position instead, leaning away. We lean away from people we don't like and from threats. And notice what he says.
No, you didn't know.
Hit for the jugular, but I'll explain it.
But I'll explain. When you say, "but let me explain it," you sound a lot like you're justifying yourself, and that's almost always inherently a defensive position. Neil here is semantic, even verbally, his subservient position, and he is giving all the aggressive power over to her. Now the great question, what could you have done in a similar situation? Well, for example, after receiving the caustic intro, you could have smiled and said, "Yeah, funny." It's a bit simplistic like that though. Let me clear that up. This way, first of all, you don't sound like you're justifying yourself. And second, importantly, you imply that she is the obtuse one, and she is the one who's just done a very sloppy description.
The guys in the society get paid. They are basically the motivational gurus.
Right,
Way to put it, right?
right.
And you say that there are specifically two parts of the game.
Right.
There's the opener and the negs.
Now, this is the beginning, and I'll break it down.
Come on, help
It was
me.
fun watching Mike totally get shot down.
Okay.
As gorgeous as he is.
Go ahead, babe.
Because, thank you. So, basically...
Now this is another key moment. "Go ahead, Neil," she says, in a very commanding, domineering tone. Submissiveness emboldens the bossy aggressor, and now she stepped up her previous aggressive behavior, going into full-blown rudeness. Neil turns around and says, "Thank you," again followed by submissive nonverbals like nervous laughter and lowering his head. The moment you let rudeness go by without reacting, you slot yourself not just as the submissive party, but effectively as the punching bag. Now she knows she can do whatever she wants, and he won't do a thing about it. What could you have done in a similar situation? Well, ideally, you want to win your battle smoothly without escalating. Also, she's the host, and you're the guest who's promoting your book. An effective way, then, is to hit back non-verbally. Use your face expression as if to say, "What the fuck was that?" Or make an expression as if to say, "What the hell is wrong with this bitch?" Then lightly put a hand on her back as if to say, "Calm down," and keep speaking. You see, it's not that difficult cornering the rude person, because everyone around can see that they are being rude and unreasonable. Everybody around, deep down, want to side with you. The main point though is that you have to show some reaction first. You have to point an imaginary finger towards the bully, and you have to rally the troops in your own support. Because here is the truth. Nobody sides with the punching bag. Nobody sides with the guy who doesn't even have the balls to move a finger.
Basically, pickup lines don't work, because if a pickup line worked, every guy would be using it, obviously.
Yeah.
And the whole goal is not to make someone uncomfortable when you meet them.
Right.
Right? So these guys are walking around and they're doing pickup lines that make people uncomfortable.
So give us one that doesn't make us uncomfortable.
Yeah, what would you say?
Okay, here's the thing. It's not about a line. You can't hit on someone, and this is for men as well as women. You can't hit on someone until they're attracted to you. Then you're allowed to hit on them, right?
Okay, so pretend we're just meeting you and I in a bar.
Okay. What bar are we at?
Have you noticed what is happening here? After he's being schooled, Neil now feels he can get back at her, or more likely he can escape her, by ignoring her. That works as a punishment, but only works when you are equal status or when you are higher status. This is obviously not the case, and now that she knows that she can push him around as much as she wants, it will only make her pounce harder on him, which is exactly what is going to happen.
Exactly.
Give me the opener. Come on.
All right, I'll give you the opener. Let's just say you guys are all together, right? I'll walk in.
We're traveling as a group now?
You know what? You're not going to be in a bar alone.
And there you are, bossy, dominant, and disrespectful. Only someone who feels in full and total control will utter orders while smacking hands on the table. That's indeed a non-verbal threatening gesture that things might even get physical.
This girl and we want some advice. And I can only stay for a second because I have to leave soon. So really quickly, you've been dating a guy for 3 months and he's still friends with his ex-girlfriend. How do you feel about that?
You're brilliant.
You're doing the View.
Thank you.
You know why that's brilliant? Because girls always think we know. So now we turned our attention.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. You know what?
Here Neil is all giddy that she's finally being supportive, but it's a Pyrrhic victory really. By following her lead, he is only, further again, confirming her leadership. So here is the rule. When you have someone trying to boss you around, you never follow their leadership, not even if it seems positive. You are only strengthening their position, and they will eventually turn against you again.
Exactly. And you know, the funny part is, we always do, thousands and thousands of guys have said this all over the world, and they've met people, and you always say when they're giving their opinion, you go, you know what, you guys are awesome, you're just like The View. And you always get a great laugh.
Oh, okay.
And that was the final blunder, kissing up to the boss. This is more common than you might think. We human beings have a strong tendency to try and ingratiate those who have been rude to us. Resist the temptation at all costs. Never give the other cheek and never kiss up to the enemy, unless, of course, that's part of your Trojan horse tactic. Thank you very much everyone for watching, and all the best to you.